In your book, How to Eat, Move and Be Healthy, you go into great depth about everything you're talking about. Mm-hmm. And I would like just to take a moment and just go back to those 6 principles and just hone in just a little bit more. You've given us some great tips on each of them, but just to hone in onto each of those principles and just, again, offer us just another little golden nugget on how we can perhaps align our thoughts more effectively to our dreams, so that we can become healthier, more vital human beings.
Sure. Well, let's start with thinking. As I said, the first thing we need to establish with those 6 foundation principles to use them effectively is a dream, a motive, a goal, or objective, or there's really very poor likelihood anybody's going to make the change, right? So once we understand what our dream is, so let's just say you were a client, you said, Paul, I want to lose 40 pounds. Not that you need to lose 40 pounds, but that's a common request. I need to lose 20 or 30 pounds. Okay, what's your dream? I want to look great for my high school reunion that's coming up in 3 months. Fantastic. What are some of the reasons that you think you may not be able to accomplish your dream? Well, I have a habit of staying up too late at night. I sometimes get depressed and feel like I'm not good enough and things like that. So you're describing that you have some negative thoughts. Yes. Okay, so here's what we do. We take a coin. So this rock's going to emulate the coin. My dream is to lose 40 pounds. Okay, great. I may not have time to do what Paul asks me to do. Is that dream affirmative? No, it isn't. So we assign that to the negative side of the coin, or tails. The positive side is, I can do this. So if a person has a problem managing their thoughts to keep them congruent with their dream, I show them to use a coin to reorient their thinking to be dream affirmative. I don't think I have time to do the program that I've just been given to lose weight and get myself in shape. Becomes my dream, the positive affirmation is, I do have the time, or I'm willing to create the time. The negative is I don't have time. In the middle of every coin is something that's not heads or tails. It stands for potential. I have the potential to change my schedule, or I have the potential to work with my husband to see if we can get a babysitter for my kids. So the real critical tip for Dr. Happiness is, remember, we must practice reaffirming what our dream is, because we have developed, most of us, a life of negative thought patterns that they don't just go away. We have to reprogram the system. So I think it's beautiful to recognize your negative thoughts, your self-defeating thoughts. I call that the pain teacher. So I say, whenever you have one of your negative thoughts, congratulate the pain teacher for showing you where you're spending your energy ineffectively and you're charging up creations that you don't want instead of what you do want. So we take the dream, I have lost 40 pounds. The negative, I don't think I have time. That can be, I'm willing to make the time, or I have the potential to make the time. And then I say, which of those thoughts is dream affirmative? I'm willing to take the time. That's dream affirmative. So take the thought, I don't have time, and say, thank you, pain teacher, for showing me where I'm working against my own dream. I will work with my husband to make time in my schedule. So you always take the negative. You don't go into battle with it. That reinforces it. You give thanks for the reminder. You restate your dream. I have lost 40 pounds in 3 months, and my husband and I are creating time in my schedule. That way, every time the negative comes up, it's a reminder to reinforce what's actually true for you at this time in your life. So that, for me, is a very, very important thing, because you can teach people all you want, but you'll find, as you know, as a therapist and a coach, people look at you, nod yes, and then they come back 4 weeks later and haven't done anything. And when you ask them, have you gotten gluten out of your diet? I haven't had time. Are you drinking more water? Oh, I forgot. So you see, the concepts are look, the internet's full of health information anyone can use, but we're having a really hard time getting people to orient their minds around what they want. So the first step toward behavior change is learning how to manage your own thoughts. So that's my tip for Dr. Happiness.